Okay, how's it sound, Mr. Duffy? And how are you guys doing this evening? Let's see, King David, Thomas Thornburg, Will Bigfoot Radio. What else we got going on in here? Bill Saltman, good to see you. Rilla Girl, saw you a minute ago. Mr. Jersditz. Yeah, are we going to show the same clips over and over again? Maybe, but I doubt it. We're going to be looking at some old VHS stuff this evening. King David, good to see you. All right, Jacqueline. All right, sounds great. Okay. Well, they need something to monitor your own sound here. So, get rid of this cat. So this is gonna just be an informal get together, just like you guys are my friends, which you are, and can all get together and just kind of look over some unusual files or photos or whatever you guys want to take a peek at. So right now, what we talked about that we were going to do this evening was we were going to go ahead and look at an old video that we shot in the 90s, early 90s, and it was of some subterranean exploration that I was doing with a group of youth, and those guys, really wanted to get into some stuff, and when they were going, a couple of them going down kind of bad roads a little bit, and so got them more into the exploration and adventure, and feeling good that way. So upon reviewing the video only recently, this is over 20-something years ago, and reviewing it only recently, we actually noticed that when I was shooting up in a crack when we were underground in a passageway, I happened to have caught an animal that drops down into view, and it's not like a rat or anything, it's considerable size, and it drops down into view opposite me through this crack, takes a good look at me straight into the camera, and then bolts back out again. And what's so unusual is just the way, not just the way the animal moves, where it is for one, because I don't even know how it got where it is. We're looking through a crack that's like 4 inches wide or less, and it can put both of its eyes through, but it looks almost canine-ish, but it's really long and slender face. So I guess without further ado, we'll just go ahead and get into this. This is the first time I've ever live streamed anything with software, with the camera or anything, so so definitely, give me some patience on this, and we'll see what I can do. It might get kind of funny every once in a while. We'll see how it works out. Okay, let's see if this works. So we'll be fast forwarding through some of this, and this thing to open here, and spot to spot, because this is a completely unedited version. This is straight from the file. Matter of fact, I just digitized this just this evening. We just got stuff to work. I had to rebuild a VCR in order to do it, and it actually didn't turn out too bad, considering when we look at what we've got. So let me throw this around over here, and we'll try to get it running. There we go.
You can,
Don't say that.
I'm backwards.
You can let me know how our sound balance is here.
Tasty.
What? You done?
I'm just looking around.
Good old shish kebabs.
Wow. You gonna watch the get them on? Yeah. Hell yeah. This is my thing.
There's me 20 or 30 years ago. So like I said, this was one of the guy here, Josh Shaw. He's been a team member of mine. Him right there. He's been a team member of mine forever, and just since he was young. So this is not new for him. But the other youngins.
Christopher.
Let me get down here.
Wieners. There's the other side.
Let me. So the other youngins here, though, you know, they were at the age where they were deciding on what pathway they were going to take in life, and you know, doing the whole little gang thing, or kind of. And so Josh and I drug them out here on this little adventure.
What? What? What?
And if you guys, Andrew, hi, Andrew Simmons. Yeah, it is. We don't really. It's an informal, just kind of go there type of thing. Yeah, we can still look around it. Yeah, but it's not somewhere that we just go explore every day.
Yep. And these are recording.
It's recording? Dude, will we record all of that?
Hey Mark, how's it going? I haven't got to say hi to you yet.
You got things somewhere over there?
If any of the levels are weird, I can't hear much of what's going on. So if any of the levels are weird, let me know and I'll be happy to make some adjustments. Our roulette, yeah, I know. This whole valley that this was filmed in and that we're in right now was called the. Down on the front end of this one a little bit, was called the Devil's Burial Ground by the Apache, and if we look for artifacts here, there's about a 9,000 year missing presence. 8,000 to 9,000 years no one was here, and an Apache elder told me that this entire valley was off limits, and it was they said it was the Devil's Burial Ground and home of the Little People and Medicine Rock, and they said it was completely off limits. So yeah, this is a pretty wild place, and we found some pretty tremendous stuff out here that I'm going to be showing everyone over time. That's why we're doing it like this. Andrew, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Mr. Duffy, yeah, I agree. And other sites I'll be showing here in the near future, you'll really see some amazing megalithic stuff. And it's going to make us wonder, you know, who is in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and zip up and change up here a little bit. Only because there's quite a bit of time that this goes on like this. The camera was just left dangling on my waist here, so we're going to zip on by it. I've got a number written down here somewhere. It's 11:30, huh? So we're going to run right up here somewhere. So also, just like we can stop and go like this, if there's anything you guys notice that you want to take a look at or anything like that, just let me know, and we can back up to it or do whatever you want to do. It only takes me a minute to get back to the screen. Yeah, it's in New Mexico, yeah. in eastern New Mexico.
We don't run this.
Somebody
Yeah, Justin, no doubt. Matter of fact, in these days, this was, like I said, a VHSC, so this is still a pretty big tape. It uses standard width VHS tape, so this was pretty early. I'd say we're probably looking at, 92, something like that. Mummies, yeah, Mr. Duffy. Yeah, they do.
Looks like it, don't it?
So go up on my vocal a little. All right, no problem. How's that? Is that a little better? Or too much? So here you can see inside this thing where we're going to go now.
Straight up to daylight here. There's another one above us, dude. A lot like this one.
How far back left is that go?
Up and left. See, this looks like a blocked tunnel to me, man. That's probably as deep as we're gonna go.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, probably another 20, 25 minutes. No, it goes left right here above me.
Whether it's man-made or not is debatable in some circles. But yeah, they are. These are massive blocks that are all rectangular that were shifted off of a cliff face. How they do it, we don't know, but we've seen it a bunch. And then they shift the top block over and put it on top of wedge stones and lock it down. Now this is the crack that animal is back in. I think that was that crack, but he's not in that frame. At least I don't think. Anyway.
Huh?
So I'll have to watch it closely, and then we'll go back through this segment. Yeah, Mr. Duffy, Black Widows, yes sir. Lots of Black Widows. I wouldn't say I saw a skinwalker, because really a skinwalker is just a native dressed in animal skins that preys on people's fear. So, I mean, and that's up for debate. White men were the people that fantasized about the skinwalker most. Yeah, I hear you, Justin. I used to live up there for a while. I lived in Olympia and Vancouver. Creatures should call the police. I love it. Actually, the creature and us are invading someone else's home, I think.
Are you coming to the back now?
You guys have a light? Yep. Can somebody bring a light up to me?
fucking red off my hair, dude.
Oh shit. Dude, I'm wrapped in a solid back in this.
I'll take it.
Okay, somebody bring me a light.
Watch out. Hey, wait. Brown.
Don't bump what?
Rainier? Oh, cool. Yeah, Justin, I missed it up there. It's beautiful up there.
You gonna just turn left right there?
Yep. Back in the days of acid wash.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh. It's live. There is no beeping, none, anything out, so...
You know what you're supposed to be afraid of, Rob? Huh? Snake. Indy hates snakes.
Oh, these kids started calling me Indiana Jones, and that stuck.
You call him Dr. Jones!
You got it, Dr. John.
Spider ribs don't taste no better than they do. Alright, I got daylight, dude.
Really?
Big old fucking hollow thing.
Hi, King David. Yeah,
Big one,
Can
dude.
you fit in it?
this one's not bad. There's some really really tight spots. Thanks,
I'm
It's
Justin.
been blocked off.
How
Not sure how
small
to
is
take
it?
that, but thanks.
Yeah, probably take some rock out of there and go.
Don't be pulling no rock, motherfucker.
It's a big old room, dude.
Really?
You know what I think?
What?
You know when you go in on the other side?
Yeah?
This is it. This is under it.
You serious?
Fuck, Josh, you know what we should do?
It is. Shit, dude. You can see it right here.
Josh,
What?
we should fucking go on the other side, dude.
Dude, but it's further back, I see.
So?
Okay. Dr. John's coming home.
Yeah, these guys are nuts. What a
What we gotta
blast.
do?
Nah, 'cause we had to climb over that little hill with all the spiders and shit, dude. And there's cactuses on it.
Oh, I'm loaded with stuff. Fucking loaded, dude.
Ow, my whole arm is all
I hate pack rats.
Yeah, pack rats carry in cactus to defend places like this, so
Something's been digging in here.
they trap them.
Let's just hope it was somebody in that something.
You know, turn around this fucking record. Oh, the fucking devil himself.
Oh, yeah.
What is up with that thing on the wall there, dude?
What thing?
Fucking block there. Right where Rob's at.
Pull that off, Rob.
Man, this cactus in the fucking spider web.
What?
This block right here directly in front of me. Think that.
Oh, yeah. Sounds coming, not coming. Oh, yeah. Big time. Oh, I hate all the cactus in here.
Now the only
part I
scat
don't like about
in there is from pack rats, pretty much. So we didn't see any sign of anything else. That's what's wild is
What? These cactus.
when the critter shows up, he's in another part of this system. We're not even sure how to get into where I see him. So yeah, and this whole thing's just so full of cactus, it's ridiculous.
Yep. You gotta go crawling through it.
Watch out. We're getting out.
You look there at my elbow, you can see cactus.
I got it, man. Stomach.
Yeehaw.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to review this because
Huh?
I've got to find where I see that animal at. I think it's right here near the exit. I look in this crack. I
What you
think.
guys ran, I think. It's about as wide as this. Stop. I don't know, I couldn't understand. We should go in that motherfucker, dude. I keep going for a There's a fucking door right here, dude. Let me go see if I can see through the rock over there.
I'm not sure if that's when it happens or it happens right now in the back of that crack, I believe. Just keep watching back there. Pretty sure this is where it comes in.
This one looks like a foot here.
See, I see dirt right there just now. Look, see the dirt falling? You see that thing looking?
On top of it.
It's been blocked off hard there.
It looks like sweat.
That's an animal. And it has a canine looking face, but it's way too skinny. I've never seen anything like this. And it stands there motionless trying to get a look and then it's gone. Did you guys catch that?
Oh, you got one up on your camera.
I think we'll rewind that a little bit. Find it again here.
This one looks like a trick to you.
Right there. For a long time I thought coyote, but oops, sorry about that. Let's try this again. So you can see the dirt fall as it makes its way down in there. Like I said, we watched this years ago and didn't see anything.
This one looks like a trick to you.
Actually, I just saw dirt fall from almost straight above me. Now, there you go. Now it looks through. But its eyes are only, I don't know, less than an inch apart. And it's just unbelievably close and long snout looking thing. And it just stands so motionless.
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, man. Uh-oh, you got me up on the camera. Give me a flashlight.
So you see what I mean, huh?
Oh, you fucking father, son of a bitch.
Get this shit blocked off.
Yeah, Mr. Duffy, it's weird. That's what I thought. It drops a long ways and it raises up a long ways, and it raises so fast and straight up to black. You don't see anything there. So I said, I certainly don't mind taking another look and checking that out a few times. We'll go look at it one more time here. See if we can find it.
We should go in that motherfucker, dude. Might keep going for a
There's a fucking door right here, dude.
Only go keep on keeping the rock over there.
You think so, Justin? Maybe. I mean, I don't know what it is. And this valley, we've actually heard about. I got to see a black and white photo of a skeleton that was an adult. Looked like a human, but only 18 inches tall. It was found by some cowboy. It's got to be somewhere. Now we'll see the dirt fall there. And then we see it drop in right there.
Touch this on top of it. It's been blocked off hardcore. It looks like square. Let's pull it out. Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, man. Uh-oh, you got me up on the camera.
I mean, you see, whatever it is behind this slab that we keep saying. Looks like a door right here. Looks like a door right here. And then, but it's all blocked with this slab of rock and rubble. And that crack, I'm looking under that, obviously.
What?
Too much.
There's a
So,
fucking door right here, dude.
yeah, so I'm looking behind the door slab looking piece. And like I said, I didn't know there was a cavity back there big enough to even get in. And we've all said, wow, this looks like a door. This looks like a door over and over. So Nirumbi. Where is around here? World Bigfoot Radio. Where is that at? Up north again? Yeah, there we go. See, that is just, it's really an odd thing.
This one looks like a trick to you.
Yeah, that amount of speed to drop down like that, I just don't get it. It is like literally drops like a sack of potatoes and like it's hanging there, motionless.
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, man.
Well, this one looks like it fits you.
Place this on top of it.
If you guys want, I can actually effectively zoom this.
Where?
We can take a zoomed look at this. I'm sure. Let me go back just a hair more here. Looks like it. Just take me a second to configure. I'm sure I can do it though.
Let me go see if I can see through the rocks over there.
Huh?
Let me go look around and see if I can see any cracks through the rocks and shit.
Where at?
Okay, so see if there's anything out there.
Well, this one looks like it fits you.
Place this on top of it.
This shit's been blocked off hardcore.
It looks like.
Where? Just pull it out.
Behind that motherfucker.
You think?
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, bro. Uh-oh, you got one up on the camera.
Give me a flashlight.
Hang on. Place this on top of it.
This shit's been blocked off hardcore.
It looks like.
Where? Just pull it out.
Behind that motherfucker.
You think?
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, bro. Uh-oh, you got one up on the camera.
Give me a flash.
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, bro. Place this on top of it.
This shit's been blocked off hardcore.
It looks like.
Where? Just pull it out.
Behind that motherfucker.
You think?
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, bro. Uh-oh, you got one up on the camera. Place this on top of it.
This shit's been blocked off hardcore.
It looks like.
Where? Just pull it out.
Behind that motherfucker.
You think?
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, bro.
Oh, you're not on the camera.
Okay, you should be able to hear me and see me again. This camera does that every once in a while. I'll have to figure out something better in the near future.
Oh, you fucking out of camera, bitch. Got this shit blocked off. This shit blocked off. Can't see shit down here now.
Yeah, there's a flat wall right behind it, Rob.
There, to your left?
Yeah. There's a rock right on top of you behind it.
Camera.
Looks like.
Where? Just pull it out.
Well, this one looks like it fits you.
Touch this on top of it. This shit's been blocked off hardcore.
It looks like.
Where? Just pull it out. Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, bro.
Uh-oh, you're not on the camera.
Give me a flashlight. Hang on.
Oh, you fucking autopause camera, bitch. Got this shit blocked off. This shit blocked off. Huh? Let me go look around and see if I can see cracks in the rocks and shit. Where at? Well, this one looks like it fits you.
Touch this on top of it. This shit's been blocked off hardcore.
It looks like.
Where? Just pull it out. Looks like there's a flat piece of rock, bro.
Uh-oh, you're not on the camera.
Give me a flashlight. Hang on.
Oh, you fucking autopause camera, bitch. Got this shit blocked off. This shit blocked off. Can't see shit down here now.
Yeah, there's a flat wall right behind it, Rob.
There, to your left?
Yeah. There's a rock right on top of you behind it.
Here, look out, dude. Let me go with the camera first. If not, I'll just get the back and flip it. Yeah, I think that's what that fuckhead Joe scratched in there. No, Joe.
No, Fran's the other dude.
Yeah. How far did you guys go through this? already been in? Yeah, I've been in a lot of times.
What's that? Carrying the camera even. Now you guys want to see a unique trick?
Want to see what?
A neat trick. I better turn on the light for this.
You going under it?
I used to all the time. Oh, that's not the one.
Fuck.
That's a different one. Oh, that's the one. That's just.
What? Where you going now?
Down here. Huh? Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. Wow.
See what's happening.
Go out.
Hi, Josh.
Slow as fuck. He was in my way. Shit, you gotta be way the fuck back there. Let's get. Ah, David, here it is. What? The drop off. We're gonna come down right there. Let's go up it.
We are.
Everybody think they get up this side?
Just hold it. You can see through the back, see it?
Yeah.
Alright, let me go up.
Come on, Wayne. Here's David.
I told you.
Come in raw.
You can hand me this. Wayne and that's about to learn.
No better teacher than experience, Wayne. Let me see if I can point down at him.
I'm back.
That's why you use the wall.
Hi, Todd
Push
William.
into it.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go, Wayne.
Thanks, Dale.
Look down at him.
Oh, I see my. Yeah, you think it's
Yeah, we've
light.
never done anything like this before,
Turn that
so
light down here. Smile, David. You're gonna have to move your
we're
head.
going to be doing a lot more. Going through the old files, and a lot of the new ones and stuff. But we're going to be doing a lot of it more on a live platform like this instead of producing.
How
can make it the camera.
I'd much rather spend time with you guys just like this and go back and forth. We can talk about it, point things out. Yeah, Mark. Well, we'll see what they turn out to be. We'll develop whatever it takes. We'll carve sticks and break stones if that's what we need to do to help out in the research. But yeah, I appreciate you noticing. Our roulette, yeah, same thing I've thought forever. And actually, that's what, or both. You know, what if there's aliens and there's also things that live underground? Or what if they were aliens and now they live underground, or whatever? All the above, I would imagine, is out there and happening. Church, yeah. Matter of fact, in this same system, we excavated 60, 80 feet down and pulled out 40 foot of rock hanging from ropes to try to gain entrance to one of the rooms that's inside this cliff.
Big shit, big pack rats and big holes and maybe entrance. Oh, they haul them in. They haul them in for warmth and protection.
Is what a video?
Yeah.
What we're watching?
Who heard that thing?
You can go in it?
Who's back, Josh?
Thanks, Todd. Yeah, well, we try to enjoy it, but at the same time, we take it as serious as we do any other work or any job.
Want to light your smoking?
Big-headed Martian, yeah, ant people, yeah, exactly. That's one of them. I mean, we find glyphs here all the time of the 3-fingered and 3-toed, whatever they are. They look reptoid looking, and tons of stone monumentation things, and it seems to be more affiliated with them than people, actually.
And we can jerk them out if you get stuck.
Yeah, Mark, we already pick up all the way to 0 hertz, so on the mics, all the way up. So they're rated at 20 hertz to 20,000 or 20 kilohertz, but we've got, we've recorded and they all the way at 0. They're still picking up. They don't drop off, so we're already down the infrasound range now. Hi, Charles. Yeah, this is what we're doing right now. This is a live show. I'm presenting to you live. I'll wave to you. Hi, Charles. And what I'm doing right now is we're going through video that was shot in the 90s, and we were looking at an unknown creature that drops into view while we're underground. And you could rewind back in the live stream a ways and find that. We stopped and we zoomed in several times and we went over it quite a bit. We'll probably return to it here in a little bit if you guys want. But so this whole thing was basically focused around some early exploration with these young'uns and taking a look at that unknown creature that drops into view and then raises out. I mean, and it's a real strange thing because it's just odd. You know, as many times I've been underground, it's really, really odd.
In the wall somewhere. You see out in the river bed.
Oh, cool, Justin. Nice. Well, old mines are more dangerous than caves. That takes some balls. And Charles, this is in New Mexico. Well, I can see Roulette already answered that question. Thank you. And if you guys want to return back and take another quick look at that or whatever you want to do for people joining, I'm happy to. No problem. Mr. Yeah. Well, here in not very long, you say that about that. You'll see some videos where we are blasting tunnels. We've been there and done that.
No, just Wayne, don't come all the way out. You can't, it should be at eye level. You'll be able to see.
Hi, Bill.
Chisel marks, too.
What do you guess isn't happening, buddy? Good to see you, Bill.
think it's right there, man. It's down, yeah. A little hole.
See, and who knows? I've never even gone all the way through these videos, and it wasn't until just last year, 20-something years after we filmed this, that we actually saw that critter looking at us through the hole. So there's no telling what else is in here. It's like I said, it's never really been reviewed with any detail. Oh, right on, Church. I know, it's pretty intriguing, right? Well, that's the cool thing about YouTube is we do this. Everyone's going to have the opportunity to go back and take another look, and however they want to deal with that picture.
There's one in here somewhere. I've looked for it.
Watch out where you're stepping, Josh. It's fucking death trap right
That's the
there.
death trap, Josh.
Nice, big Ed Martian.
Thank you. Why did you leave me?
Ah, Mr. Duffy, I've never heard of that. That's awesome.
I searched the world over and thought I found freedom.
Secrets of the Mojave. Wow. Charles, I hear you. I hear you. Really. Straight up. Yeah, and you know about the Giants World Bigfoot Radio, that's really cool you mentioned that, because we find glyphs all the time, and I'll be showing a bunch of that stuff too, where they feature normal handprints, normal feet prints, and then they show big six digit feet print usually.
You know what? I know where my hole was. It was right through this fucker.
Thanks, King David.
No.
It's really cool of you.
Watch it. There's a visible, there's a hole 15 feet or whatever through this rock. This is a cliff there. Where are you tonight? On the very end of it. Looks like a spot where they feel it.
And if you guys want to see anything after this, you know, we can hang out. I'll be happy to. You bring it up and we'll try to pull it up. We can't run VHS directly. And my mini cassette, VHC or whatever, that one we can't play at all yet because I can't get the camera to work right to play the tapes. But we have a ton of files. We got probably about a terabyte of stuff in here, so.
Watch your ass. They've been in here yet? You know what? Somebody dug this out since I've been here. This was all filled with rock.
We're Bigfoot Radio. Yeah, thanks for the invite. I just actually did a show recently, and I haven't been doing them and done them in a long time. I've never done them in this type of a format or the video stuff. So it's always been over the telephone or whatever. But it sounds great. Yeah, I'd love to be on. What I'm going to try to do is just do this regularly, or as regularly as I can, and just try to start just dumping as much stuff as we can possibly dump. Some of them will be video plays like this, and others will be where we're just going through files. I mean, literally, just going through the raw information.
Why did you leave?
Justin? Yeah, these are collapses that happen quite a bit in desert regions. Ground movement, ground swelling. You end up with deep fracturing like this. Some of them are hundreds of feet deep. So.
Find you right now.
So once we get near the end of this, we'll you can zip back and take another look at that for the people that have just joined or that didn't get a good look and want to see it again.
I can see it, dude.
Are we just going up here?
Yeah.
We're going over this motherfucker, dude.
Will it come out this clear on the TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
I searched the world over, but I found true love.
Got a barrel roll, maybe my dog.
Hey, you try not to mess with this rock pile, guys.
I'm gonna lay it on fucker. I done that last night. We walked around a bush and I was all, what the hell is that? Scared the fuck out of Chris.
With the weekend.
No shit, church.
How many minutes are on this
Can we
tape?
go into that shit?
You left me with no bud. Huh?
How many
Nice.
minutes are on this tape?
That's pretty cool, man. Thanks, brother. It'll be good to see you again once we get a chance.
Film me, right?
Go back at it.
Yeah, we've banged on a bunch of that rock over time.
The camera, send it to Josh.
I don't know which ones exactly you mean.
When I turn around, it's hard to do.
Big Ed Marshall.
So,
I know it's a bad time, but I got shit.
Oh, nice. World Bigfoot Radio, cool. Yeah, it'll be cool to have the opportunity to do it. Like I said, we kind of backed off for quite a while, not really doing the research so much as just participating in the Bigfoot world, so to speak. I mean, because most of the stuff I did in my whole life was all research and recovery work, exploration like this, and treasure hunting, big stuff, which we'll pull videos and start showing. But the Bigfoot thing I got in because we wanted to tell the truth and prove a point, and what's really going on. It's been so hard to get the word out. It's ridiculous. I mean, you can see we've been here since 2010 and 2011, something like that, and our subscribers are still low. We watch them disappear all the time. We actually watch our subscriber numbers drop as they go up. Or even our views, which you can't unview something, but we watch it happen constantly. So it's been tough. We really need to get the public, you guys and everyone else, just to start pumping this stuff all over, and we'll just start dumping information, unedited, cold, and everyone can get a look. You know?
With the rock pile. Go underneath it.
A big-headed Martian? Oh, I hear you. Yeah, it's been done a lot, but I have equipment we can actually look and see inside a lot of this rock, which is why we were digging here. There's some huge chambers inside and underneath these cliffs, really, really big, really big.
Then use your handhold and wedge yourself in between one wall and the other wall. Once you get your back up about a foot, you'll be on a different incline. There should be a handhold there.
Pretty scary for these kids that never done any of this before.
There you go, just like that. Now you see your back's on the... You got it. You're doing good.
Are we getting out here? Mom,
What?
we getting out here?
Can you go any further?
I'm still impressed about this quality coming out of this old VHS, man. These are ancient.
Well, we got light. Glad you like them tight and dark.
Justin, that's cool.
Just like that, dude. Just like you got it. And then use your back and your knees, which you're going to hold yourself, climb with. Your hands are just going to have to ask support.
Now you're going to see the VHS goes through little convulsions here, and then it'll get back to normal.
Push against your back.
But thanks, Mark. Yeah, that was the first interview I'd done in a long time. Those guys are great. All those guys from Lost Cryptids Conservatory are just awesome guys. They really, really are. They're fun, but they're not messing around. And they're in it for the right reasons, for sure. Matter of fact, they're doing their conference July 17th in Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's going to be a blast. And they've extended an invite to me to go up there and present alongside Ken Gerard and a few others. A few big names we haven't dropped yet. And it's going to be great. And then we've actually got a private exploration going to go on in upstate Michigan after that for 5 days. And I think people will be seeing that and the results from that too. So it should be really cool.
Are you tonight?
Oh, look at that spider, Rob.
It's all in the country zone.
Oh.
World Bigfoot Radio. Hey, I'm just gonna call you WBR from now on. But WBR, thank you. Yeah, go ahead and push it. I mean, push my research more than me. You know, I know that people attach themselves to characters, and it's kind of important, but I really want to just get the word on all this stuff out and really start pumping it. We've got mountains and mountains, just people can't even imagine. But really need to get the vehicle to haul it first going, so that'll be great. Thank you. Yeah, King David. Matter of fact, that's what we're about to start showing the world again, is that exploration, treasure hunting, and things like that. And we're going to remain right up there with the Bigfoot deal the whole time, but I'm going to start cracking those doors open.
There you go. Here I go now. Am I stuck here all alone? There you go.
Thanks, Sam Bear. That's awesome. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And that's what we're gonna do, is uncensored. We're just gonna dump this. I don't care anymore. I try to do things to where they look cool and they're enjoyable for people. But really the point is just to get it out there, you know. So people can just see their world and see what it is. See there's things that we don't know what it is, you know. That there's wonder still exists. You know, that's the important thing. The world thinks they try to convince us everything's been found, every place has been visited, blah 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 blah. What, less than 5% of the ocean's been explored, the deep ocean. The underground is even less. I mean, far less. And even above ground, explored or recognized are two far different things. Just because people explored it doesn't mean anything's been recognized. And sure, we've seen a lot, but there's a lot more that we've never seen.
I don't think we're going to go nowhere past that, dude.
We can get down to the bottom.
Yep, Charles, old Phil Snyder, no doubt. That wasn't far away. And I'll tell you something pretty hip about that too here in the near future, about his location and then where we're at right now.
Oh, I know I can get down right here, but I don't think we can go much.
Thanks, Todd. I can't either. It ought to be great going up there.
Don't come in right in behind me.
Well, Church, that offer never closes, dude. If I ever throw you an invitation, unless you really piss me off, which you never have, you're always welcome, brother.
Past here. It only gets about 4 inches wide back there.
Yeah, we'll be going up to the northern, or the UP up there, to do our 5-day stint. The conference is down in Ann Arbor, but like I said, we'll be going up there for that. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and zip back. We're almost to the end of this video now. I'll show you. I find some
wood, just like on the other side of the river.
This chopped wood I find. This is from those who concealed treasure. So that stuff would have been cut probably about the 1300s.
Alright, let's go back to the wood. Yeah.
Our roulette. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I know it's late. We'll try to get them earlier.
Yeah, somebody's cutting fucking trees, man. Shaping them out.
I hear you, Charles. Oh, always try to be careful, right? As careful as you can be, anyway. Okay, now I'm going to, here in a minute, we're about to end on this. I'm going to go ahead and zip back. See, I'm finding cut wood. And that cut wood is exactly what I am personally looking for while I'm in there with them youngins. So let's zip back and take another peek, if we can here. Just a minute, we'll get us, see if we're going to play or not here. I'll get us back to our spot. For our underground stuff is we'll take another quick look at that critter in case anybody joined late or any of that. So Guess I should have made a note of the time stamp that thing was at, but here we go. So for anyone who didn't get to see this yet, look back in the back of that crack. As soon as you see some dirt fall. And this is kind of what we're here for tonight, was to really check this out. There we go. And I mean, even let's say, okay, it's a coyote or whatever. What the hell jerks it out of here? Because I mean, I've just never seen anything go up backwards. I mean, to me, it's certainly got a canine. See, I keep saying, it looks like we got a door right here. So to me, it sure looks like it's canine-ish. But, Mr. Duffy, good night, brother.
Let me go see if I can see the rocks over there. Huh? I'll go look around and see if I can see past the rocks and shit. Where?
Wow, Sean Burr, I had no idea there was that many caves in Indiana. I didn't realize it was that cavey up there. Bonnie Gale, thank you for watching with us and being here. Hope to see you in the future. Spread the word. Thank you. Yeah, isn't that jerk out of the way unbelievably quick? That's what I was thinking. It just looks totally unnatural.
It's like there's a flat piece of rock.
It's got a little sideways movement, and then it raises up. Well, I wouldn't think it's a coyote either. It just blows me away. That space isn't that big. That crack back there is probably about 6 inches wide. We can actually, I think you get a kind of a view of that in the video a little bit at points and times. But the eyes are so close together that it's like they're an inch apart. It's way tighter than I've ever seen on a coyote.
It's like there's a flat piece of rock, man. Uh-oh, you got me.
Yeah, it's probably... See, now he's back there. I mean, that's where I was just looking under all that, and it looks beyond this wall that we see on the right. Actually, beyond that wall. So I'm looking past all that. So that's why we didn't even know there was a void back there. Just crazy. Just crazy.
Let me go see if I can see the rocks over there. Huh? Let me go look around and see if I can see past the rocks and shit. Where?
Yeah, the snout looks so long it's ridiculous. Compared to the eye spacing, it's kind of what got me too. The eyes are just so close together. If that's a nose, it's really long.
Let's pull it out.
Really weird long.
It's like there's a flat piece of rock, man. Uh-oh, you got me. Give me a flashlight.
Yeah, right? You see that debris falling? I know, and it's like falling from somewhere right just above us. It almost looks like it cruises over the top of us to get there. It's really wild.
Well, let's pull it out.
Now let me know. That's just wild. Let me know if you guys want to see some files. I can show you pictures. Speaking of treasure hunting and stuff, that's why we came in this valley. I've got a few shots of some stuff pretty wild that was taken at these locations. Could actually pull something up.
Yeah, there's a flat wall right behind you.
To your left?
Yeah. There's a rock.
Yeah, look at this. Let me go with the camera first. I'll just put it back.
Yeah, so you guys want to check some of this stuff out, I'll tell you what, I'll throw some of this up. Let's see if this works. Well, by golly. So that's the hole we just crawled down. And this site, the files are a little messed up, I think, in here, but we'll just go through them, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. But yeah, so this is the hole we just went in, actually, and that door plate that's right there on the left. That's what we keep saying. Yeah, it looks like a door right here, and that's where I was actually looking under that to the left. Quite a ways back is where that critter was. So let me just back up to the start of this album here. Now you're already seeing some weird stuff, right? Okay, so these are big secret type stuff I'm going to show you guys. A lot of people have never seen anything like this before, but this is a Polaroid view of ground, and what we're doing by doing this is we used a film called SX70, which is the original one-step film, and it had a trait that went with it that the developers knew and the CIA knew, and an ex-CIA guy is the one who taught me how to do this, and he was actually, this is the high-end treasure hunting stuff. This stuff was pretty secret in the day, so we weren't even allowed to talk about it, and now they don't make the film anymore. So but what we have here is, this is a flare, and this is what we call a flare. You'll see a round halo like this, and then you'll see these real bright flares, and each one is actually represented by these little balls of light like this right here. Okay, so as you'll see, if we move down in here, you'll see there's a whole bunch of those, and this is real sketchy looking stuff. This is actually kind of a shot of plasma, and then you have an overall IR glare coming off of it, and this tells you about gold. This thing is, the gold that's here, usually they said 15 or 20 feet off a target's all you get it, and we were about 300 feet away from a chamber when we shot this, so it was the most they'd never seen anything like this before, so it got their attention. This is another one that's a huge chamber. You can see these little balls, and I mean, they told me that they pulled 1,500 pounds from 20 feet deep of gold, and there was only just a scattering of these little balls here is what they look for. Seeing a flare like this, okay, sorry about that. Restart my camera. So, but these little balls we see, just a few of these over 1,500 pounds, 20-something feet deep. And then this kind of stuff where they've got these huge belts of glare they'd never seen before. And you notice this paisley shape Because what we got is the sun's coming in, hitting a massive load of gold, and then it builds a residual electron vortice on top and throws these sheets of plasma off the stacks. And they come off at kind of a reflective angle, in from a big angle out here and then down and back up. And so we've also got some true infrared that I'll show you. Okay, so this, we're the ones who figured this out. So anytime the shape is this way, it's like a bracket symbol. And so that means that everything is on this side of the target. And this ball of haze you see, that as well is an indicator. Usually all you get is a ball of haze, and you get a few of these little balls. That's all you'll get, just a few of these little balls. And that'll show you there's gold in the ground. But yeah, like I said, this is over thousands of tons, believe it or not. So this is another direct reflection, but we're over 800 feet from the target. And this beam actually, when we got over the main part, burnt the infrared film in the body of the camera and started exposing it right through the body of the camera, which is really crazy. Okay, so it skips around, so we'll have to go back to some of these. So this is actually results of a scan that was transposed by hand of the upper levels of one of the rooms. So this is, the pink is 200 feet and the blue is at 100 feet. And what these are is descending, this is a descending passage into a turn that joins another passage, comes in. These are ground values, negative, because there's nothing there. And so we have this negative 25, negative 35. This is where the top of a massive void underneath. These rooms are hundreds of feet across, which sounds crazy, but it's true. Oh, here we go. There's our pictures we just looked at. So now this is an actual measurement with an EM83 device, and it was done by Geo Western, and this man that did this, Gary, he's actually the inventor of the technology. He invented georesistivity, which is of course used all over the world now. And this is a room here. It's about 50 foot across the room, and this is as his normal mag readings of the earth and other things, whatnot. And this is where you get a void, massive, a very big void. And these are all the chambers that are there. This is another one that we get the EM response drop over a 2 chambers, and then when we go over this same range here, we get a high height on a magnetic reading, because it's like a giant pile of tools. So if you had half of a semi-load of iron tools stacked in a room, this is what this would look like to go 1,000 on the line. So they have a massive amount of tools in that room. This is an actual scan of what we had looked at before that was hand transposed. And another room. This is an hourglass shaped room, massive pile of iron in the floor. So what we do is we go up to 0 here. This would be the pile of iron sitting in a giant negative region. Negative 80 means we might even have a hole or a shaft in the floor next to it going to deeper levels underground. So this is really cool. So this is an ancient glyph, and the most similar things we see are from southern France, which is pretty amazing. But the early Jesuit priests also used the same symbolism to conceal doorways and things like that. And that's what we've got here. This is actually what's a rocked-in doorway. If you take a slope of earth and you cut out the earth, this is what the shape you get on each side, and then the doorway. So you have, this is the surface of a cliff. Actually, this cliff. This is a rock, and it's actually this rock. And below all of this is a giant sealed up doorway. And from what it shows here, it's somewhere between 20 and 40 feet tall. So like I said, all this is at that same valley. So now where we were just at was behind this wall, when we were with those guys cruising that cliff, which is, like I say, there's 4 entrances here under this wall that we know through scanning. And I guess I'll show you that. So this is called an omega marker, All the treasure hunters should know that. This is a profile of a head, eye, ear, nose, chin, helmeted head, and he's looking this direction. These are all at the big rooms. So here's another view, and it's interesting because you look at this helmeted head, and then if you move it up, you have a smaller helmeted head, and now you have a head leaned back looking. So it means go lean your head back and then go over. So it means go up that rise and then over. So see what else is here. This is the mysterious power box. It's in the middle of nowhere, and I think it's an 18 kVA power box, and it's absolutely ripping, and it's ripping all the time, and don't know why or what's there. All I know is this is where the giant rooms are, and there's some real strange stuff that's here also that I'm just not at liberty to say, but this box is getting it, and it shouldn't be there. And then you got these railroad steel looking T-bar that's put in as well in specific areas. And you can see the fencing here is more like federal fence, and this is around where the box is located, so pretty off the wall. There's also some really strange sensors, I don't know if they're in this file, out here that switch back and forth between north and east, which is real weird. We have a good idea why, but I mean, they went to a lot of extent to and this is 0 plus 0, 0. So this is it. This is the UTM, obviously. So what is at this location in the middle of nowhere that requires it? But it's not. So it's not a larger grid marker for somewhere else or mapping markers for miles away. This is 0 plus 0, 0. So this is your finite point. So in here they've gone to the effort of actually drilling this into the sandstone. No reason. I mean, it all has to do with the giant chambers that are here. So a similar location. There's actually a vault, treasure vault, an open one over here. And if you really want to look at something cool, what this is a head with a bun. And he's pointing his finger to the right. And this is the head of a turtle and the shell. And they're both looking that way. And he's got a little helmet on, like the little Roman deal here. It looks like a helmet with a plume on it. Okay, so that's what they're doing, and if it's in here. So and then right here is a vault, and the vault's open. I'm not sure if the pictures are in here or not. Yeah, there's that complete scan. This is a complete scan of a room that's about 300 foot by 1,000 foot, and this up at the top is a major conductor that we drilled a hole here. And verified this, but this is, we verified this, and so this actually equates to what would be like a stack of gold 90 feet long and 3 feet wide. And so the room itself is all this space, and then these are 4 entrances, chambers into it. Some stay shallow, others dive deep. You can see this one just dives down to what looks like a shaft. But this is just a massive, that'd pay the national debt. That stack right there would pay the national debt. And here's, we've got another, treasure vault meaning stored. Built vaults. Really big built vaults. And okay, so this is the infrared blast that came when we got into the direct beam pathway. This is the one that burnt through the body of the camera. We might have a picture of that. No, we don't. Okay. But yeah. So there you go. Wow. Okay. Well, that's it, you guys. Or we could go on. But I think we probably covered enough today so far. What time are we getting to be here? 1:23 a.m. All right. It was a 2-hour live stream, or hour and a half. Anything else you guys would like to check out in particular? I'd be happy to rip some files open. Looks like we messed with my page here a little bit. Let's get some fixing going on. Thank you, Todd. Like I said, experienced in the field, not very experienced at doing any type of webcasting, that's for sure. Matter of fact, we're winging it. I'm glad you guys showed up. I'm glad you came along. I think it's been pretty awesome. Feels really cool. Oh, One Alone. What'd you miss? You want to see something, or you want to go back through? So I'd be happy to pull back up that video of the strange creature, or whatever you'd like to do. Really, we're not in any great hurry at the moment. Those rooms really difficult. We've had some unbelievable stuff. We'd have specialists from all over the world at drilling, blasting. Up from like Advanced Geophysics in Dallas, where they mine the hardest rock in the world, and left them shaking their heads. We've done a lot of work. We drilled 36-inch holes trying to get in. This one's probably the hardest. It makes Oak Island look like a kid's playground with a 2-foot tall fence and a sign that says "Stay out." So yeah, okay, One Alone. I'll jump back in there. I'll go find that for you. No problem. So But what I was going to say is there's other treasure sites that would probably be a lot better to pull than this thing. That's the gnarliest deal there is. I mean, it really is. Talk about something that's going to be difficult to go do. Yeah, really hard. Oh, so let me start this in this other player. Maybe it'll fire up for us. So sorry, you guys. I'm trying to go and open this other video for One Alone here. We'll get this. See what happens. All right. Looks like we're running. I'm not sure if that's working right. Okay, now let's find our critter for you. But yeah, Bill, there are some other sites that might be more appropriate for doing a recovery. That one's so big and so hard that it's something that and I mean, there's been a lot of backdoor government interference there. We've had we got raided by National Guard helicopters there and everything else. Okay, so One Alone, here you go. This is what we're talking. And the back of this crack back here in the triangle hole, you'll see an animal drop down. We've all looked at it and been checking it out. How can you get a video to me? I can give you an email. I'll zip an email in the comment here real quick before I show you this video. Hold on, guys. Okay, you can send it right there. One Alone. Or if you've got Facebook, Robert Kreider, you can find me on Facebook and you can give it to me a message in Facebook. I think that would do that. Okay, so here you go, One Alone. I'm going to go ahead and play this, and when you see dirt fall back there in that crack, take a close look. Thanks, Todd.
It looks like a quick view.
Yeah, if I tried to please everybody and nobody'd be happy, huh? You're welcome, one of them.
Well, let's pull it out.
So here we go. There's your critter. And I'll rip that through a couple four times for you. I don't think anyone here will mind.
Well, this one looks like a quick piece.
Yeah, one alone, we considered all kind of canine and things, but I've never seen anything quite like that. Its eyes are so close together and its snout is so long. And the way it acts, and then how it retreats and retracts out of here.
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock.
It's just wild. I mean, I'll give it to you one more time. Yeah, you agree, right? Isn't that pretty damn weird? And we don't even know this cavity's through the wall. We don't even know where this cavity is. Like, where is that critter? And it's not little. That crack down there is about 6 inches across. Now you can see dirt fall, like it's coming above us, and then more dirt falls. And then, yeah, this drop down is the craziest thing. Like, it obviously looks down, probably because of the light.
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock.
I have to screw the screens up to do it, but if you want to, one alone, you can go back, and we did a whole bunch of really zoomed in shots of it really close as we could get this equipment to zoom. You're welcome to go check that out.
Well, this one looks like a quick piece.
Well, let's pull it out.
Yeah, that thing is just whack. I don't know what the hell that thing is.
Looks like there's a flat piece of rock.
Plumps down. Nah. Weirdo. No, none of King David. None of this treasure's been recovered. No. I mean, there's another location that we do that's got
Give me a flashlight.
well, there's others that are big. I mean, 150 ton to 350 ton of smelted gold is not out of the question in these rooms. And I know where two other places are. One has a lot. And the other is sitting at right about 150 ton, about two piles, about 70 tons per pile. And it's on a movie ranch, and it's gettable. That one is doable, and I would love to try to pull that off one of these days. I mean, that's the one. If I could go get one right now, that's the one I'd get. Matter of fact, I would just make a movie about digging it up and go dig it up. Yeah, one alone. Yeah, this is gonna be up. So these will be on the channel until they remove the channel, which hopefully they don't.
Well, this one looks like a quick piece.
They have pulled videos of ours before that have just disappeared. So, but yeah, I mean the thing looks canine-ish. I don't know, man. I could watch it 100 times. I don't know. No, church, I don't have really any backing going on at all yet. I'm trying to do, and then it's hard to manage and get all the internet stuff done, and then actually do and create, what it takes for content-wise for YouTube. So to gain the experience, then to produce it, then it's just too much. And no, there's no backing at all right now. There's been some help over time. Some great people, Richard Nassar, Aaron Kearney, other people like Bill Saltman in here. They've all been tremendous help to us, just keeping things going. But no real backing or anything yet. We're going to. And as far as the direction, it's just a hardcore push and explore and try to get whatever truth there is to the people. So basically, we want to be the contractor of the people to go get their truth for them, and then hand it back to them, and then we're off the job, kind of thing. So, but yeah, it's not going to stop. It's going to get bigger. Yeah, I just don't know what that thing is.
Looks like square. It's pulling out.
If it's gonna freak me out, one alone, it's gotta be pretty good. I don't get freaked out too easy anymore.
Flat piece of rock, man.
Where?
This one looks like a foot piece. And Bill, backing on the other site, which is totally doable, wouldn't be all that considerable. It's nominal for a recovery project, so we should talk about it on the backside, because I have all the data on it, so I've got enough to do a full presentation. It's landowner's already been granted the data and already got a handshake. Now it just take a group put together to handle the business end, legal end, to follow, get him to follow through with that commitment, whatnot. So you should hit me up, Bill, if you're listening. Cool. Yeah, isn't that just weird, that critter? I mean, I don't mind. We can play it. People can look at this and just keep looking at it. Yeah, it blows me away. It really does. Let me know if my camera freezes, you guys, because that means my audio will drop.
Looks like square. It's pulling out.
No, the cataclysmic event basically was them closing the place up. So most of these places like this are death trapped big time and built extremely well, like water traps, gas traps, and real stuff. Crusher traps triggered in all kinds of different ways. Just a standard burial on top is 43 feet of material above whatever, even if it's above a hatch, and then you might have 100, 200 foot of backfill in a deal, but they put 43 of concealment material above these things. So you're talking, if you're going to try to drill down or dig down 43 feet, it's hellacious. The entrance to the shaft we dug on one that I'll be showing soon, they called Run for the Hills, was 90 feet to the sealed entrance, where they sealed with concrete, or a concrete-like material, and harder than concrete actually. And yeah, so just getting into these things just takes an immense amount of work. That one has 1,000 foot of entry ramp just to get in it. So they're tough. That's what keeps them out of reach. And it's like Oak Island. If you don't know what's down there, you've got to figure it out as you go, and it's a blind shot. So. You have no idea what this was, one alone? Or no idea what your video was?
Yeah, I think that's what that fucking Joe section is. No, Joe.
Yeah, the amount of work to try to choreograph and put any of this stuff together is nuts, church. Just nuts.
How far did you guys go through?
Even just what I've got on the screen right now is nuts. And I don't know if I'm doing it the same way everybody else does it, but yeah, it's not easy. It's like surrounded by a spaghetti monster you guys can't see. Actually, I guess you can see one cable that's still high out there, but I can't get stuffed away. But yeah. Yeah, Bill, they are highly dangerous. Big time.
What's that? Carrying a camera even. Yeah, you guys want to see a neat trick?
Want to see what?
A neat trick.
Yeah, and there's so much more that I want to try to show everybody. It's just really is just a crazy amount of stuff.
You going 100?
I used to all the time. Oh, that's
Let's see if we've got anything on that. So here, Bill, I'll pull up. We'll pull something up here. I'll show you. So Bill, this is an actual scan results of at the place that I was telling you that I would go, and we could pull something. Okay, WBR, World Bigfoot Radio. Thank you for visiting with us here tonight. Glad you got a chance to check it out. Thanks for the offer. Really appreciate that you're going to drop my name out there. That's good. We'll get more of this information to the public. Yeah, I'm going to have to remember to email you. Actually, I don't have your email unless you left it above. So, if you've got me on Facebook, why don't you hit me on Messenger in there and remind me, if you don't mind. So yeah, so what we're looking at here is a scan that was done with the technology called from OKM, V3D technology, and it's pretty crazy stuff. This in the center, the region in the center here is actually, let's see, are we still on here live or what? Okay. My cursor's supposed to be showing up. I'm not sure why it's not. That's right, we can do this. No, not that. We can do this. So this area right here is a stack of gold bars. Okay. Oh, you're not on. Oh, message retracted. So, World Bigfoot Radio. Like I said, I dropped my email above. Here it is again. You can send me an email if you don't mind. Oops, notmail.com, not crazy semicolon. Looks right. Yeah, there's my email. Hit me up right there, buddy. Send me a note. Okay, so what we're looking at here is this stack in the center here. That's what we've got, is a large stack of gold here. And then let's get our smaller line here. So you'll see the top part of this is actually a square, or it's close to a square, and then the sides taper down. This is a real object inside of a chamber. Okay, so remove that. Here you'll see another one that looks like a mirror of this, and that's exactly what it is. This square is a mirror of this square, where it's just been shifted off. So this corner is this corner. See that? This corner is that corner. Okay, and so what we're actually seeing there is this is your stack of non-ferrous metals, which is why it shows up this color. It's a shield color. The red you see in the smaller pictures here is like in this region over there. That Okay, we're back. Okay, so this region you see here, this is the stack, this is the reflection, and these red deals you see on the right-hand side, those are iron targets, and they throw their own magnetic field. So what we're looking at is the magnetic field of the Earth as it passes through this stuff. And in this position, it's passing from the right to left. And so it blows the magnetic field generated over, and you dial up and down through this stuff. So our room is actually sitting, our stack of gold is right here. So we look, our stack is actually right there. Okay, and that's what we're looking down on here. Okay, so what you get is the Earth's magnetic field builds up residual electrons all over the surface here. And then that blows off, the magnetic field blows it off the top. And it moves and falls over in kind of like chunks. So this is kind of a shadow, an electrical shadow of the main stack here. But we'll go on. We can go on through these pictures, and I'll show you what this side. So there you see. And yeah, you guys might jam on this stuff. So these are the stone monuments on and around the hill structure, and once you learn how to read them and identify them, you see, how different they are than everything else. For one thing, if you look at all the faces here, there's a little bit of lichen here and there. But you notice how just these two rocks are covered. Okay, so they're dressed with something, probably buttermilk originally, to make that happen. And then what this is you'll see how perfect these edges are cut. Like they're like it's a perfectly masoned piece of material with one little corner chipped. Okay, so this is like a triangle with a chunk missing out of one corner here. And that's what the whole thing, since the very first monument to do with this was a pyramid with a notch in its left flank when you looked at it. A little one, about 4 foot tall pyramid. And then everything says this, so it means the same thing. So they're telling you to look for this triangle with a notch. Now this form here is an elongated triangle underneath, and that actually means supported structure, the triangle, and that's tunnel. So this is a tunnel or an adit at the base of the hill. So they're telling you just directly, and that's how that stuff works. So here you go. There's also 2 shafts at the top, which is why there's a split. This is this is an actual map of the mine. Now this would have been standing up. It's right on the edge of the shaft itself. So everything on the right is the shaft itself. And then this rock would have been standing up. These 2 crosses are one for each shaft. So here's your shaft. And this is actually your triangle rock. We'll see in another picture of we're looking at it backwards. So the front would be from over here out here on this side. And this would be your missing edge. Looks a little different though. But this is your map to the mine. There's some other rocks here with marks on them. And then this is your vertical shaft right here. This is all the fill material to it. If you can see my cursor. So then again, there's the directory to tell you. Okay, there's another one. So we're going to see these two. The 2 crosses, that's actually for the 2 vertical shafts. This is a symbol for a lightning bolt. That means death trap. So they're telling you the shaft on the right is death trap. And we look here, we'll see a serpent carved in this rock here. So all these are death trap markers. This is a marker to an adit, points the adit. This is actually where the adit is. And it'll go in there and hit that shaft, but it's trapped. Same thing, these are the 2 shafts. This one shows an entry that's clear from one of the sides. This is the second shaft, a little bit hard to make out. So you'll see this, as you can see it once you get good at this, you can actually see it, but it's full of really big boulders that have sank down. There's no soil down in here or anything. And then right here below it, you'll see, here's your marker for the second shaft right here. Now these are ancient. They far predate Spain. So, matter of fact, southern France, maybe the 1100s is when a lot of this stuff, 1200s, was actually marked by the Europeans, and it was worked way before that. Yeah, King David, it's been a long time to have learned it. It's been forever. So yeah, that's one of the monuments that marks it. Here's another one, little hidden crosses in places you wouldn't look. This is actually on the backside of a rock where a tree is. You'd be out here standing, you wouldn't see it. So here again, way over here is your first shaft in the hill here. And then you have a circle of rocks. See the circle of rocks there? And in that circle, you'll see is 2 lines of rocks. And that's the cross and the cardinal points. So you have a circle with a cross in the middle. And 3 rocks here. You see note 1, 2, 3. And then you have a forward mark. So you're going to see that it's telling you progress 3. So we're talking 30. So from the edge of this line, from the edge of this rock here, toward the other shaft, you're going to go 30 feet. And here's a mine map. So this is about what's underground here. You're going to see here's a shaft marker. See the T or cross shape with a hole? This is gold, oro, circle with a dot. These are the tunnels. This is the other shaft, see, right here. And these are the adits. Now, on top it showed an adit on this side, but that one was, what they showed us was trapped. And this is the interconnecting tunnels between the two. This is another adit. So this is a clear adit. We actually have it on the scans. I can show you this adit on the scans. I can show you this adit on the scans as well, and this tunnel. They all showed up really good. Most people think they're Indian glyphs. They're not. This triangle rock is a tunnel marker or a shaft marker. And there should be some more scans here. Somewhere. Maybe not. And farther down slope at the very base, the 2 crosses again. And this is about 1/4 of a mile away at the very base of these hills. Old on the markings, I'd say anywhere between, well, at least on these about 1100s. So on the stone monuments, we're looking probably 2,000 to 2,800 years. Could be older. This one again is probably 1100s. You can see it's a blurry shot, it's horrible. But it means contained. This is a gold symbol. It's the same as the oro with the circle and a dot, but it's in a square, means contained within, means immediate area. This line here means converge into passage or crack. So this is actually a dagger. This is your handle, box, and blade. Just some of the other glyphs. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much that file, I believe. Let's see what we got here. So this is scanning out there, actually looking at a shaft on the screen here. And here's some of the other monuments that are here. This is a royal cross. So this stuff here would have probably been done around the Pueblo Revolt. So we're looking here probably, you know, anywhere from 1550s to 1680. The Jesuits came here and remarked the cache. That's who put a turtle here and a shield face here. So those are not Native American. Those are from Jesuit priests. What you can see here is actually a discerning eye will pick this out. So see how this tree and the lower branches are covered with debris. You're still alive? Okay, good. Still covered with debris here. This is a pack rat's nest. And the reason a pack rat built here is because there's a void. So he could get, because this is a solid rock outcrop. So it tells you there's probably a vent there. A place like this will remain vented because they don't want to die. So some of this is covered because we don't want you to see what's around it, but this is one of the symbols put in by the Jesuit priests. Not as old, not as patinaed or anything. And he's talking about the same two peaks that we looked at earlier with the cross as the center circle up on top of the hill. And what they're saying is the Jesuit priests were in this hill. Now this is an actual scan from inside. This would be a stoped out area about 90 feet tall where they've stoped out all the ground. This is a 10-foot square here. And then this is an iron target. It's possibly, there's actually a small tunnel that leads in from this side. And there's a small chunk of iron here. Could be a chisel or something. And this could be an iron door. It's actually, but it's bigger than that. Or this might be a 15-foot square. I think that's about 6 foot long. So it could be a coffin, a door, a cannon, something like that. And what that is an overlay. So we have two different scans, and then when you overlay the scans, this is what you get. So the magnetic field is changing. But when you know, of course, the anomaly did not change. You can see here faintly where the other scan, the Earth's magnetic field blew that electromagnetic effect off of that target, blew it over, and on the other one it didn't. The other one came up clean. So this one here, you can see it blew way over the magnetic field, and this one, of course, the next one it doesn't. So now what you're going to see here is I want to show you that magnetic field that we're looking at is right here. Yeah, I do have files from Middle East research. I don't know if I'll be pulling those tonight or not. I kind of doubt it, but we're going to be doing this, man. You just gotta make sure you subscribe and then keep watching, because I'm going to be popping this stuff out frequently, just like this, just straight from the computer right to you guys. But yeah, so what we're looking at here is well, this is one of the shafts. Okay, so one of the shafts is right here, one of the filled shafts, and then this is an adit, a descending adit into that shaft, and then over here you have probably an iron door, could be a coffin. And this is a giant stoped out area. So it's been stoped. This is an interconnecting tunnel over this region. Alright, I'm sorry. This is the shaft right here. Shaft 2. And shaft 1 is right here. And then, yeah, interconnecting tunnel from the adit. So the adit to get into this shaft would be here, and then it descends and gets deeper and deeper. This is part of the stoped out area. That stope continues. That would be your major mineral vein where the gold was before they mined it out. Now it's a giant hollow spot. And then of course over here on this left hand side, this is the royal shaft, the one I showed you the most. And it's actually right here. And this square is relieved here. And this is the parameter of the shaft, is this square region right there is the actual shaft dimension. And then when we come off the shaft and we hook around, there's a room here. And when we turn up the scan, we see that room. And in that scan is the gold, stack of gold there. And you can see it's 3D here, stack of gold. And then when we go over here is another gold target. Each one should be about 70 tons. So that's 140 tons of gold. That's in the many billions, probably 20, 30 billion dollars worth still sitting there. And this stuff's no joke. This is all real deal, you guys. So I don't normally do even, Bigfoot wasn't my primary stuff. This is what I primarily did for 30 years. Which is why I ran into a whole bunch of Bigfoots all the time, because you can't spend that much time outdoors, you know. I used to walk up to 100 miles a week. I'd spend 5 days a week in the field, sometimes months at a time. So that's how I ended up running into all the Bigfoots and all of that. So this is actually what I was doing when all that started. And then that's how I applied technology. People say, oh, where do you get all the tech, whatever. Well, that's how I applied all the technology and the methodology and the way of doing the science and the research and the logging. All that comes from doing the high-end treasure hunting and historical stuff. So that's how we got to the Bigfoot thing. These are more pictures of the main shaft, the royal shaft. Now you're going to get to see where that notch. So you'll see the shaft monument sitting there and then the notch out the side. So that's what they'll show you on all the monuments, have the same notch. Right, King David, yeah. Bigfoot encounters were the side product of my exploration. And then just being kind of jerked off, you know, you see all the people out there and you hear all this weird shit going on and what everyone's saying and conjecture and this and that and this and that. And so when you've got enough real factual information, you know, what are you going to do with it? So just had to come out and do what we're doing with the Bigfoot thing. It's just, I couldn't stand it anymore. And so, and now we've been pushed to the back burner, you know, dozens of times throughout this whole thing so far, you know. So of course there you can see a good shaft marker there again. And again, look at all the pack rat nest deposit all over this cactus and everything else where the shaft is sitting here. This is a solid rock dome. You can't even dig. There's no soil. It's just fractured granite at the surface, then solid. And then you have this. So, I mean, to me it sounds like a Sorthem. It's been sitting there for eons. It's near a very popular mined area. And no one's ever identified it, so it's still sitting there. So there you go, Bill. Drop that one to you. So it's good to see you guys still here, man. 22 people still hanging on. That's great. Like I said, you know, there's just so much. I don't even know where to start. You know, there's just tons and tons of crap. This thing's got, like I said, well over a terabyte of just like what we just saw. Most of it photographs, so just tens of thousands of photographs. A lot of video. Then we've got a lot of hard video on old VHS and stuff of blasting and doing the tunnels. We have a lot more anomalous things, you know, from flying rods, real ones, to things like orbs and real ones, you know, not these little dust balls or anything. And you know, all that'll will be out there soon. You know, we're going to try to get up as much as possible and really roll it. It's really difficult to do, you know, life as well as, you know, trying to get the house built and stuff, my family to move into and things, and then, you know, just life in general is so far behind for so long, and fighting, you know, the powers that be that stop disclosure. You know, a lot of people are, you know, everything from making a living to doing this to getting stinky over it. And we really try our asses off to pull this stuff together. So, doing the best we can. I need to go get the Space Monkey. I raised just about half of what it costs to go get it. So it'll be almost $4,000 to go get the research laboratory. And but then we'll have the Space Monkey back here, and then everything will be done out of the inside of the Space Monkey once we get the lab here, which is just an amazing, amazing vehicle. So. I know, and we hear that. One alone, you would not believe how much we hear that. So people write me and say, I just subscribed to you. I just looked and I'm not subscribed. At first I'm unfollowed and then not subscribed. And we see that. We see everything. The numbers completely dropping. Like one day it'll tell us we have so many of whatever, be hours watched or whatever, and then it'll be dramatically lessened automatically. I mean, since 2010 we haven't been able to monetize the channel for one reason or another. Not because we want to make any money. We'd love to get a little bit of this back. I mean, there's been people, like I said, that have helped out over time, but it's not a drop in the bucket compared to, you know, how deep we are into this, you know, so. And one alone, you know, this will be up. You'll be able to rewind. I think you can probably rewind now. But you can go back and catch everything we've got in the early part, man. I might as well do it. We took a good look at a lot of things. Love you too, brother. Church, it'd be good to see you once we get around to doing so. You got to come out, man. Check out the pad. Pretty cool. Matter of fact, this where we're living right now. If you aren't stuck anywhere, this is a pretty neat place, man. We're able to buy a house here extremely, extremely reasonably. So, oh yeah, we do have PayPal. We have a direct PayPal link that we've got. I might be able to pull that up. I haven't got that on. I might have it on some of the videos. I'm not real sure. I can throw it up right now, I think. But yeah, we do PayPal. It's just very rarely does it ever get used or whatever. I mean, there, like I said, there's a few people who have sought us out. No, that's not it. But there's a few people who have sought us out and made some donations. They're just tremendous individuals, you know, and I can't thank all of them enough for doing that, but normally we just don't really ask. I hate to be that proud, but you know, that's what I'm learning I'm going to have to do is develop Patreon, develop a way people can help, because I know there's people out there that want to. So there's the link. I just dropped you a link right there. That's our PayPal Direct. You just click on that. It should take you directly to PayPal donation page for Crytorex. But yeah, so I usually just haven't really done that. We did a little GoFundMe to try to get the Space Monkey brought back out here. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's a semi-truck with trailer. It's a mobile laboratory built by Sandia National Labs, or defense laboratories, for laser research and some other things, missile research. And so it's a 52-foot shielded, soundproof mobile laboratory. And haven't used it in years. Gonna get it back here. Yeah, you're welcome. And we're gonna get it back here and get that thing fired up and put it to use in the field again. It's a base operations base. So with a drone station and telemetry stations and stuff inside. So it's got full environmental controls and all that. So you could park it in the Arctic and still be warm. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. So we've got that coming, and quite a bit more. And so getting some. Oh yeah, church. Thanks, man. I know you've seen it. But yeah, we're just. I know we're going to have to reach out to people and try to get funding somehow or another, and through the live platforms is probably the best way to do it. I'm certainly willing to do my end, and because there's just no other way that we're going to be able to do it. And you know, it's funny because you know, you got some gal in a wet T-shirt and get 3 million views and be making $200,000 or $300,000 a year or more, and then you've got what you know in your heart will, once the information's out and ingested and weighed against everything else, that this is just mind-blowing, earth-shattering, changing things. And you know, I'm lucky to get 300 views on something. So now, I mean, we used to get thousands of views. You can see in the views in our videos, and then YouTube just shut the door on that. Said nope, see ya. And so they cut us. So it's going to not just take, you know, everyone sharing. It will take money to be able to pay for these platforms and get up more and more and push it, which is what we're hoping. So Talladega National, Florida. Oh wow, awesome. Well, keep track of that stuff and reach out to me, man, and let us know what's going on. We'll talk about it. One of these days, maybe we'll have you on or something. We're going to start doing guests or whatever, because I'll bring in people. Try to make a platform where others can call in and join, and then we can go over this information together. We can look at everything, we can weigh it, whatever, you know. Yeah, church, we will, and then we will set up Patreon, and then the other big thing about that is just getting everybody really just to spread the word. That's how it works. I mean. And we're not just like blocked like normal, like we're seriously blocked. Ridiculous, you know. Thanks, Mark. I feel it's important myself. That's why I'm doing it. One alone, thank you. And, thanks for the recognition. I do know that it's funny because we don't have a lot of people that are in our core that are watching and following it. It's not a lot, but they're tremendous people, I've noticed, and they're dedicated. I mean, you guys stick with me. You just stick. I'll disappear forever. You just stick and you're there. And then you go look, And I just want to say thank you for that, because this is a thick world. There's people out there doing everything in the world. There's just so much diversity and so many things to draw our attention that I appreciate the time you guys have spent and the faith in me you put, that, and all that. So we will be bringing it up. We're not going to stop, straight up. It's not going to happen. Yeah, I kind of wish I could just hear all you guys. Like, all you guys should be on the screen. We should all just be chatting, saying what's up. We could, I don't know, what time is it? 2? We've been on here 2 hours. I was going to say, I could go and play something. Here's another deal. We can actually, if somebody wants to go look at something, we can go to anyone else's videos. I can pull up that screen and we could watch whatever together, and then we could all go places together virtually. It's like what they had in early AOL in the 90s. They had this bus thing, and everybody was allowed to click on and join a bus, and then so basically you'd all get in your bus, and then that one person who's the bus driver would then go to website to website to website, and everyone that was in his bus would get drug along with him. Then you'd go enjoy those things together and chat about them and do things together. So we could also do that. So if it comes up that somebody has, say, wow, I just saw this video and it's on this other channel, whatever, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't mind at all, man. We can, if you guys tolerate the windows changing and whatnot, then we can just reach over and go check out whatever you guys want to check out and talk. So in the future, spread the word, tell other people how this works. That we're basically just a group of people getting together to share this experience and this information and to have a discussion. I don't want to just show things and then the chat box goes by and, oh yeah, howdy, how are you? I want to go get the back and forth. I want to see how people feel, and for one, what they want to see, what their interests are, and what we've got that'll give a better understanding, and that way, as we all learn together, we can amass what we know and weigh it against everything, and just so much more. There's so much more association that'll happen. So it's a good deal. So I guess we're getting ready to call this. Had an absolute blast. It's been fun. It's just really, really a pleasure. I'm glad I was here to be able to show you guys everything that we got to see tonight. It's kind of cool revisiting those old videos. The old days of VHS. Wasn't that awesome? So this has been our first Enigma Recon, episode 1, the underground creature. And I'd like to say thanks again for being with us. Which mine that had the landing pad? Oh, that had the landing pad. Yeah, Bill, I'm not really sure exactly which one you're referring to. I think you're gonna have to remind me, brother. Yeah, so like I said, you guys, my email is in the chat, live chat. You're welcome to drop me a message. Let me know what you want to see. Oh yeah, that one, Bill, no doubt. That thing's incredible. And they say, people are saying, oh yeah, that's just cleaving, and that's this, and that. And you can go through, literally, and we have thousands of miles of the edge of mesas and things and not see anything like that. And plus having the glyphs down below it. Are we still on here? Okay, I guess maybe we're still on. Looks like. So yeah, Bill, that site is unreal, and I'm going to be revisiting that soon too, and we're going to try to be live. Are we back on? Should be. Camera. So like, hear me, that's good. So anyway, like I said, before we lose this, we're all basically a big family here, so let's get together as a family and hang out and do all this together, you know. So either way, all right, church, great to see you. King David, good to see you. One Alone, Bill Saltman, Mark, man, everybody, you've been great. Really appreciate the recognition of our work and all the input you guys gave. It's been awesome. So I can't wait for the next one. Matter of fact, who knows? Might be tomorrow night. We're gonna do this at least once a week. So no matter what, somehow or another, once a week. But hopefully more. We'll see what we can do. I will set a reminder when you schedule. Okay, I will. I'll let people know. This one was pretty just quick to put it on. I just jumped right on here and did it. So I let people know a little while ago. And but like I said, just keep looking, because I don't know if you're going to get the notifications. We don't know if you're going to get the mail. Whatever. Hi, Keith. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Keith. Great. Awesome. I know there's a lot of you sitting there silently. I want to thank all of you too. And it's going to be really good. You know, we're going to do some really cool things. We'll be live streaming, like I said, from the field, from our base camps, from our laboratory, in-house like this, right out of the archives. And as always, every bit of it's going to be real. Nothing's going to be scripted. Nothing's going to be cut. Whatever happens, happens. So, okay, that's it, you guys. Thank you for coming. Thanks for being here. And it's been awesome on the first episode of KX Enigma Recon, the Underground Creature. Have a good night.